Right, shall we start? It's only a minute to go.
1 minute.
As there's no members of the public, I'm not going through all that. Just to remind everyone to turn off their mobile phones or
You should remind
put
us
them
to
on
switch them back on as well.
please.
But 12 o'clock tomorrow. Oh, you've not got missed calls. Oh, I forgot to turn that on. You used to get.
I just put it on silent.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, that one's on silent. And there's an alarm be going off. Right. No apologies for absence. Item 2, disclosure of interest. To deal with any disclosure by members of any disclosure of pecuniary interest and interests other than pecuniary interests, as defined under the Seaford Town Council Code of Conduct and Localism Act 2011 in relation to matters on the agenda. None? There's no public participation. So we go on to planning applications. Planning applications received week commencing Monday the 27th of May, LW/24/0284, 27 Homefield Road. Erection of the single-storey rear infield extension, including additional skylight to rear roof, amendments to fenestration, new cladding and timber decking at the rear. Councillor Hanneman.
Thank you very much, Chair. Yes, the bungalow needs a little bit of tidying up and renovation anyway, so actually I went to the front of the property the other day and it did, and I think I'm looking at the photographs, the pictures basically, and the design statement, access statement, just basically put it all together as that's basically infilling and extra space, and just basically all good at making the best of the southeast aspect, so I would support it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Was there one second, Councillor Bourne?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm quite happy to second this. It is very simple infill extension, and it will suit the needs of the home.
Any other comments? Another show of
It
hands.
is what it is, and I support we agree with it.
So a show of hands supporting this application. So remember this. There's no applications we received the 4th of June. So week commencing Monday the 10th of June, LW/24/0399, 32 Chinkton Gardens, loft conversion with pitch dormers to both sides and fenestration alterations. And that's lead on this one. Councillor Olivia Honeyell, and I think it was first.
This one obviously it says it has pitch dormers to both sides, fenestration. So I look, obviously like everyone else, we looked at the name of the plan. It says dormer windows will not be permitted on front or side roof slopes. But when you look at the property next door, it has got the windows on the side. So I don't know whether that's to do with timing of when they were put in before the neighbourhood plan was done, which is why they got permission. This is more of a learning session again type of thing. So I was still a bit concerned as to whether we should approve this, as it clearly says in the neighbourhood plan we shouldn't. So I'm just throwing these out sort of questions at the moment because I'm not sure whether to say yes or no to this at the moment. So I'm going to listen to the rest of the conversations on this.
I mean, like in another area, but Marine Drive, in my neck of the woods, there's quite a few bungalows which have been that sort of shape onto the road, and they've had those dormers both sides. So I think it is something which I think Lewis would probably pass. So.
Okay, yeah, and I think further down here it does actually say they can be done if, where is it? I didn't underline it because otherwise you'd underline this and then find anything again. But I think there was exceptions where you could allow it as well.
Yes, you go first. Okay.
Okay, Councillor Hunter.
I know the design access statement was talking about permitted development. I don't think it comes under that rule. Although No, possibly. It's always the thing with the bungalows, isn't it? But again, I think you said the area is a mix. It's a bit like Marine Drive, isn't it? And that particular part of Chinkton, it's quite similar. A lot of the mixed properties, some houses, some bungalows, some have been, some have got the. It depends which way the roof slopes, doesn't it? Which means if you're going to do the dormer on either the rear or the sides, but because this one is the way it slopes, is you do it on the sides, but it does almost turn into. It does make the property look like a box house afterwards. So I'm not keen on it, but I don't think we can refuse it, unfortunately.
No, although it does balance it up rather than just the one side. Councillor Buchanan.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Just a thought on those windows on the sides. They're actually, it's not as if you can view out of them. They're more for letting light into the space.
Yeah.
So, and if I Google search on the YouTube, on the computer thingy, the other houses down there with these dormers are almost all glazed.
Yeah.
So this is a different kind of approach to the way you might apply glazing to
I
the
did
side dormer.
pick up that the side windows are going to be fixed and obscured.
Still have lighting.
Yes. Councillor.
Just one final comment, thank you, Chair. It's basically, it reminds me of a shoebox in a roof.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is. But having said that, if they don't have that, then the living accommodation you get inside the property is not with the efforts in actually converting the actual roof space. And I think it will be hard pushed, particularly with the requirements for obscure glazing, etc. It will be hard pushed to refuse it. And I suggest we support the application. It's not particularly aesthetically pleasing, but the way things are going, people staying where they are. And I think we would accept the fact that although we have our plans in place, they are a guideline and not a rule of thumb. So I suggest that as a council, and it's an existing building, it's a brownfield site, that I support the application. Thank you.
Thank you. Don't find a seconder. Councillor Foreman.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I will second that. I don't like side dormers usually, and I agree it does make it look like a shoebox on a roof.
I should not some of you,
But
unfortunately.
there is such a mixed match of properties down there, and side dormers already, so I will support it.
You're hard pushed to refuse that, so.
Okay. We'll have a show of hands supporting this application. That's unanimous.
Yeah. That we can't support it.
Right, at the moment there's no applications received Monday the 17th of June at the time of this agenda, but we have noted that there has 3 come in after the agenda, so there, you will see those next time. So go on to tree work application TW/24/0059/TPO 5 Barn Close. I'm not going to read it all out.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Chair. Put my hand up. Yeah, they're ash trees actually, and they're in quite good condition, particularly the amount of ash dieback. And I've been heavily involved in ash dieback, and just briefly to give council a bit of background information, we've found by leaving the ash alone and not cutting them down, they actually regenerate and actually heal themselves, which is not particularly well reported because council seem to be cutting them down left, right and centre. These two, they've been in good condition, basically 8 foot off the top and about 3 foot off the bottom. They need doing. We're out of bird nesting season and they're strong enough to survive the cut for the autumn, so I suggest we support the application.
Thank you. Does that find a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Hanneman. And any other comments? Can I have a show of hands supporting this application? That's unanimous. Go on to agenda item 5, page 5. To notify the committee of decisions taken by Lewes District Council on applications previously considered by this committee. Asked to note the report unless you've got any comments. Councillor Honeyman.
On the refusal on 02372 Barn Road, it's interesting what they've done there, even though we did declare interest when we actually made the decision. But they basically did take away 2 of the massive shrubs, and they did replace their fence. But it's interesting that, which is fine, that was already sort of there, so what they've done is a mini fence halfway down the garden, which runs side to the parallel, stop it where the end of the building. So they haven't blocked off the visibility, but it's almost like you've got a fence, how high would you say?
About a metre.
Yeah, you've got 2 fences, the original one with the back garden, plus the metre one, which sort of goes partly where the 2 shops were, and it went parallel back to the level of the house. So, not sure if that technically allowed that second bit, because there's obviously there'll be local covenants on that area anyway. But the bottom of Barn Rise and Valley Drive. But I just thought, for now, it's quite interesting what they've done. I'm sure it might get picked up by someone in the end. So.
Maybe Lewis need to look back on that.
Well, do they sometimes check if they know, or not necessarily? It just depends, doesn't it? When someone's doing their tours, isn't it? Their inspections. Depends, doesn't it? It's not a big deal, but I mean, it's just more of an observation.
Yeah. Maybe could make a comment what goes back to Lewis, that it's been observed that what has been done.
Yeah, it's tidy, don't get me wrong.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Councillor Cannon?
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Presumably, at 1 metre height, that's within permitted development.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with fencing, not
If it's open plan.
for the front gardens, yeah. So
Yeah, that's what I've read on what you can do and can't do with the fence. Yeah.
But we just make that comment.
Yeah.
I've actually had a member of the public, a neighbour, that's emailed in about this, and I've sent it on to the officer at Lewis, letting them know that there's work that's been done. So sorry, I have done that.
Thank you.
That's a similar comment.
Yeah.
Okay.
They came back from holiday and saw that although it had been refused, the work had been.
Provided it is.
Councillor
That was interesting, so they made that observation as well.
Yeah, so I have passed that on. That was last week. Yeah.
That
I'll
covers
see if I can
all
get some feedback.
No.
your concerns.
Well, it's just interesting to know whether that's actually a way around it, or yes, it looks neat and tidy, but it's whether that's still permitted.
I'll follow that up.
Okay.
Yeah, just as a comment, a lot of even in your area don't have fences, front gardens, do they?
No.
Not
There's
allowed.
no fence
Not at the
gardens
front.
anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other comments? So, show of hands, vote report. Thank you, noted. And that concludes the meeting.
It's 12 minutes past 7.
Yeah, so it's